the green roof business, I don't know if people know much about green roofs, but mostly they're, when they build them, it's a technology that I guess that's come over from Europe. And they use something called sedums. Does anyone know what sedums are? It's like a succulent, like, what's a plant that we have around here? Like butter and eggs. It's almost like cactus without thorns. They don't give up water, so they can live in a hot, dry environment. That's why they use them. But they're not native. They're not native. There's a few species native to the mountains, but they're really not native. So they really don't have any benefit ecologically. So as an ecologist, I'm always looking at what's the ecological benefit. And it's kind of, I just think it was kind of greenwashing, and I wasn't that interested. But we continued to look, can we grow native plants, and we talked to people. And I met a fellow down in New York, Paul Mankiewicz, and he had invented a soil, he calls it Gaia soil. And basically it's 90% recycled waste styrofoam. And in that, and we started about 5 years ago, and we put a green roof on our roof at St. William's, just to trial and learn something about the technology. And it works phenomenally. Basically, what are we doing on a roof? We're adding, 2 to 10 inches of styrofoam. It's insulation. So we're adding insulation. We can actually improve the thermodynamics of the energy consumption, and we can do carbon sequestration. Not only that, we can actually start now to do stormwater management on the rooftops, as well as pollinate, all these other benefits. So it's a technology to me that it's kind of what we saw with wind, and I'm not a big fan of wind power, I gotta say, but we didn't see windmills on the landscape 20 years ago. We didn't see solar panels out there. I think green roofs actually environmentally and economically are far superior, not in a landscape out here, but in the urban environments, in cities, and especially when you start to go into hotter cities down into the States. But even Toronto and Montreal could benefit hugely. You could drop, if you had enough green roofs on properties, you could lower the temperatures by 2 to 3 degrees. And that's equivalent to millions of dollars of air conditioning that you could actually offset if you did green roofs. So, I mean, this will come. I think it will come. I think the technology we have and what we're doing, we've seen some super positive results. And so it's something, we're actually just in the initial phases of working with some initial projects in Toronto. But it's kind of just why I don't talk too much about it, it's kind of an up and coming thing. We really haven't commercialized it yet. We're just in that stage. But it does work, I can tell you from what I've seen on our roof. And we actually have a wetland on our roof, believe it or not. You think it's got to be dry. We have wetland species, and the reason we put wetland cells up there, see if we could do it, number one, and we can. And the other thing is wetland plants, unlike sedums, actually are great at driving off water. And the more water you drive off the roof, is the bigger the air conditioning benefit.